The Undertaker faces bullying allegations this morning, plus a WWE Raw star undergoes surgery, and a released WWE star has been announced for a major indie show. Find out who in the wrestling news this morning. An interview with a former WWE star has levelled bullying allegations at The Undertaker this morning. It was Rene Dupree speaking to that 90s wrestling podcast where he describes a situation in which The Undertaker asked the other WWE stars to bully him. So we'll go into what Rene Dupree said on that 90s wrestling podcast. Said, they took my $500 shoes and $1,000 suit and ruined it in the shower because I didn't go out drinking at a bar the night before because nobody invited me. That's just materialistic SH1T. You can replace that. That doesn't bother me. What really bothered me is when in Italy, the next night, they took my French flag, my heritage, and they shoved it in the toilet, and they went to the toilet on it. I don't know what world you live in, but in my world, that's called racial discrimination. That was really hurtful. What I did do was I went to Arn Anderson, who was the agent, and I asked him, Arn's advice to me was, don't sell it. The next person I went to was The Undertaker, and I said, what do you do when someone does this to you? And he goes, well, you find out who does it. Turns out he ordered them to do that because I didn't go out drinking with him and the guys at the bar.
Wow.
Since the dark side of the ring on the plane ride from hell, I think there's been a lot of stories about misbehaviour of a ridiculous amount of levels from wrestlers.
Yeah, of course.
And I think something like this, it doesn't show. It's not a favourable light for The Undertaker to be shown in.
Not at all, not at all. And sort of harkening back to his comments about the locker room these days being soft as well.
Yeah.
I guess back then when he was like, you know, when it was my day, we all had drugs and knives and guns and we were and obviously I understand that it was a different time back then, but at the same time it just doesn't seem like a healthy environment, and this just seems like just a horrible thing to do to somebody.
It doesn't at all. So no comment from The Undertaker on these allegations as of today. But Rene Dupree, you can hear you can hear that 90s Wrestling podcast for the full interview in which he talks about his running with The Undertaker and, as you say, the allegation of bullying. We'll move on to Monday Night Raw star who's out for surgery. We now have a new WWE champion. While I was away, that happened.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
He's done it.
Now, he tweeted out, did old Big E, saying, spoiler, tonight I'm going to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase and become WWE champion. And the next morning, whilst I was away, thanks, it's nice to be back, I checked the phone and went, oh, he actually did.
He's done it. Wow.
Cool. As now Bobby Lashley is no longer champion, his mouthpiece is taking some time away. Dave Meltzer reporting that MVP had surgery this week and he's going to be out of action for a while.
Aww, I like MVP though, Tom.
He had issues with his knee, I believe, not long after Bobby started really motoring.
Yeah.
Like he could have done with taking time away then, but didn't because he's a real linchpin for Bobby Lashley. But I guess now that there's not so much spotlight.
Yeah, that's a
Bobby.
good point. I never thought about that. Yeah. Take some time away, go get your knee healed up.
Get it written out and then be back into it soon.
Yeah.
Where does Bobby Lashley go from here? Because my concern would be about Bobby being lost in the shuffle a little bit.
Yeah, that's the thing now. I'm not really sure, and perhaps without MVP by his sides, maybe he will get lost in the shuffle a little bit, which is a shame as well, because like his run, I know a lot of people thought it was boring, but it was nice to see something different. I thought it was really refreshing to see that.
Two other stars who've been absent from WWE for a little while, an update on them. Mia Yim, who's not been on TV in a while, put out a tweet simply saying, I'm not injured.
What's going on? What's going on?
Where's Mia Yim? Where's Keith Lee? They're neither of which are part of TV right now. And we have another update. I mean, with Mia Yim, before we move on from there, which brand would you see her working on? Raw and SmackDown. We're going to have sort of pitch for where Mia Yim is going to land.
Part of me would like to see her in Raw to shake up the Raw title scene a little bit there between the regular three at the moment of Ripley, Charlotte. Oh, I guess Alexa Bliss is in there now as well, isn't she? Yeah, no, throw her in there. So then Bianca and Becky can have their thing, and then Bianca can get the belt back. Yeah, I'd like to see her on Raw. What about you?
I'd love to see a SmackDown.
Yeah, that would be really good though as well.
I just think that
would be good as well.
I think the SmackDown scene with Becky Lynch there and Bianca Belair there, I think that she'd be a nice beefy addition to that particular roster. Another beefy addition to either of those rosters would be Davey Boy Smith Jr. We saw him work a dark match just as the fans were coming back. They did a video with him backstage and how excited he was to be part of WWE, and then nothing.
Magic.
Nothing, as if by magic, he's disappeared. What's going on with Davey Boy Smith Jr., Andrew?
Well, let me tell you. So Mike Johnson from PW Insider was asked where Davey Boy Smith Jr. was, and he responded, nowhere. He signed with WWE, but
he's in the void.
He's gone.
He's in Undertale.
He signed with WWE, but is yet to be officially assigned to a brand, so he's in hurry up and wait mode, but he's 100% with the company.
Hurry up and wait mode.
What does that mean? Hurry up and wait.
That's a strange
That's two
one.
contradicting things there.
I'd prefer it if Mike Johnson did just say he's in Undertale.
Yeah.
Essentially where he is. From Undertale to out there is a WWE star that was released back in April?
Yeah.
June?
I think around then.
It was June.
It was June.
We are talking about Marina Shafir. One of the best friend of, let's see, it's been a while since I've tried to pronounce this one's name. Best friend of Jessie Manduke. Nearly there!
You were nearly there. Maybe I got it wrong.
Jessie Manduke. There was a thing a while ago, I was rubbish at pronouncing Jessie Manduke's name. But Marina Shafir, who was released from WWE back in June, her next appearance has been announced. She's doing flipping Bloodsport 7.
That's like the most perfect place for it to be, though, Tom, with that MMA background. She's been get some of them. You see that? That was good. That hurt my throat.
How did you hurt your own throat?
I punched myself in the throat. But no, this is like the perfect place for it to be. I think. What about yourself?
Oh, I'm up for seeing what she can do here. As you say, MMA background, very well suited for what Bloodsport is all about, which kind of is that wrestling, mixed martial arts crossover, no ropes, no problem, a lot of fun. You see a lot of wrestlers come in and have a great time doing Bloodsport, and Bloodsport 7's looking pretty beefy. Not only do we have Marina Shafir on the card, we also have former NXT UK star Killer Kelly. Again, a really good fit.
Really, really good
for
fit.
that style. Almost as good a fit as this guy making his return to Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, Minoru Suzuki.
Who's that? Who's Minoru Suzuki? Who's that?
He's one of them, isn't he?
He is one of them.
He's one of them,
He's
isn't
got
he?
like cool hair. What a guy. Yeah,
Cool
it's going to be
hair,
amazing
don't
to
care.
see just Suzuki and Killer Kelly there as well. That's going to be a nice old stacked card, that.
Suzuki did Bloodsport twice before this, and always right at the top of the tree of the card. He wrestled Matt Riddle, but it was Matt Riddle's Bloodsport, and he's wrestled Josh Barnett. So no opponents announced for Suzuki, for Killer Kelly, or for Marina Shafir, but no doubt that'll be along the line very, very soon. GCW, we talked about this in the news a few times, really becoming a promotion that you have to keep an eye on.
Oh,
there's lots of good stuff happening.
Just stepping it up. Like I've only recently got into it, and just the matches are ridiculous, and the passion that the wrestlers put into it is always insane. It's always just a fun watch. Sometimes you're hiding behind the cushions a little bit because you're like, oh, something bad's going to go down, but it's always such a fun time. And
I want to do live reactions to you doing Bloodsport, hiding behind the cushions, and the cushion is your face hiding behind a cushion.
I like it, and on the cushion is with that again. It just keeps going and going and going. It's like an Undertale, Tom, like you were saying before.
Back in Undertale again. Check out the podcast feed today and patreon.com/Cultaholic. It's finally here just for you, all the members of the DK crew. No, it's finally here. The Cultaholic Classic Nitro review.
Wow. So
Sam Driver and myself are going to be watching every single episode of Nitro, week by week by week by week.
How are you feeling about that?
Oh, mate, we've watched the first 2 episodes, right? Episode 2, which is going live today, because we did the watch along for episode 1. God, I'm regretting it already. This show is damaged from the beginning. I didn't realise. I thought The Rock set in much later. The Rock is almost immediate.
Well,
Still, I'm excited. Podcast feed and patreon.com/Cultaholic. If you'd like to watch it, you can do that on the Patreon feed as well. Also, thank you if you came and said hi WWE Newcastle last night. That was a good night.
It was a bit of a heavy one for you, Tom?
I'm a bit hungover. It's my first day back at work after a week. I'm a little bit tender today.
Well, you've got these things to do sometimes, haven't you?
I have indeed. Anything you want to plug?
What have we got today? It's my first day back after a week as well.
Hey!
What am I doing? What's it called? Monday Fun Day.
Monday Fun Day!
On Twitch, there we go, Monday Fun Day.
Twitch.tv/Cultaholic. Andrew's here later on. Any idea what Monday Fun Day is going to be fun daying? That's
Ghost
right,
of
bowling.
Yeah, exactly. We bowling. We've got it.
Ghost of
Tsushima.
Oh, nice. That's later. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic. Let's do our thing to end on.
Oh, let's do it.
I feel like we've both had a weird first one.
We have. We've got to get back in the rhythm of things again,
We'll get
don't
into the
we?
rhythm. Here we go. This will get us there. Keys.
Love you, bye.